What's up, my peoples? You know, I got a question. How do y'all see things when things happen, like when bad things happen? Do y'all see them as trials and tribulations? Do y'all see them sometimes as ways to give lessons? So I had a thing where, and all these job opportunities were coming in. These people, oh, we see your resume. I ain't applied for no job. I didn't even let nobody know I didn't have no job, except for y'all on social media. You know? I turned them down. At first I ignored them. Then I turned them down. I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. I'm doing my own thing right now. Thank you for the offer. All right. Then, then, a couple days later, going to do a job, the wife's car blew up. I had to have that bitch towed back to the house. Cost me almost $400. Now we ain't got but one car. And it's full of tools, so we having to borrow a car. Couple days after that, my son's in a wrestling match at school. You know, he gets swung. He tries to catch himself. He dislocates his arm. They put it back in place. They pinch the nerves. We go to the follow-up. He has to have emergency surgery. Now, mind y'all, I ain't got no insurance. I can't afford that. I'm out here trying to build a business. I ain't got no job. You know, you can't afford health care. I talked to a lady about health care. That lady talking about something like $900 something a month. And I still got to pay out of pocket to go to the doctor. No, thank you. No, thank you. So now I'm having to tell these people that, look, man, I pay out of pocket, but I got to have my son's arm seen about, you know? So they worked with us. They squeezed him in. They gave him emergency surgery. They went in and put him down and fixed his arm and got it back in place. And you can really tell the difference. He can tell the difference. It don't hurt nowhere near as bad, but, you know, the reason I ask if y'all see things as trials and tribulations or ways to teach lessons, because at first I was looking at it like, man, fuck, why is the devil on my back? Well, I know why the devil's on my back, because I'm getting aligned with my Savior. So, anything to push me off the path, to push me away from my Savior, I get that. All right, but then I got to thinking about it. Man, my son, maybe what happened to my son wasn't a test or a trial towards me, but more so uh lessons for him, because in this process we've learned about emergency rooms. He's learned about the healthcare system. They gonna help you at their own pace. uh some parts of it's been good, so he got to see the ER side where we had to sit in there 5 hours with his arm out of socket, with his elbow popped out before they popped it back in. uh Till we went to this follow-up to this doctor, and he looks at the x-rays from the emergency room, and him and the surgeon talk about it, and he comes back and says, well, the reason your son's hand is clawed up like that is because the nerves are pinched in the thing, and you can't see that in the elbow, but you can tell where the bone's not popped back in place. We know exactly what's going on. And they went in and fixed it. Same day surgery, got his arm done, got it casted up, sent him home. And he's been doing all right. We've been having to teach him about pain tolerance. There's a whole bunch of lessons that come along with this. The biggest lesson, I believe, is confidence. This was a good way to teach him, just because you got knocked down don't mean you're not going to get back up. Just because you got swung one time and it happened to be your first time and you reacted and a bad thing happened, that's not the end of the world, man. We all break bones. When I was his age, I broke my hand. Fist fighting in the boys' locker room. Broke my hand right there. But, you know, I didn't go to the doctor. They told me because my fingers worked, my hand wasn't broke. They said since I could move my fingers, my hand wasn't broke. When I finally got somebody to take me to the doctor and they x-rayed it, they found the bone broke completely in half and the cartilage had done growed around it and grew the bone back together. The doc said, well, there's a couple things we could do. His suggestion was re-break it. And I was like, no, sir. No, sir. Done did that, been there, done that. That shit hurt. You ain't doing it. It'll be fine. My fingers don't straighten up. All right, but you know, sometimes that hand to lock up won't open back up. But shit, you know, I'll open it with the other hand and I'll work it out till it quits hurting. Shit, you just got to deal with. But how do y'all see things? Do y'all see things as good and bad? Do y'all take bad things as? Do y'all let it knock you down and you stay down and you don't get through it? Do you let things knock you down and then you find a way to tough through it? Cause you know, I look at what I've been going through the last couple months, and I think to myself, you know, there's certain things that would make a person panic and run out and do something that they didn't want to do. Like me, I don't want to work in a shop for another man because most of these people in these shops stupid. Half of them, not everybody, but half of these people that's managing and running shops, they don't even know how to do what you know how to do on the floor, but think they can tell you how to do your job. That shit's for the birds. I ain't got time for no shit like that, boy. If you can't do what I do, you can't tell me how to do what I do. And you know, when you're good at playing stupid, and you can go in and you can ask little questions and shit, rhetorical questions that you already know the answer to fill out the shop and see how, you know, how smart the people around you are before you let on to how smart you are. You know, because at the end of the day, if we all making the same money, I don't want to be too much smarter than you because then I'm going to get piled with your workload and I ain't going to get no more money. You know, but I just want to know how y'all feel, man. Let me know. Comment. Let me know. How do y'all see things when bad things happen? Do y'all see them as learning experiences? Do y'all see them as things that y'all need to walk through and keep your head up, keep your chin up? Or do y'all see it like somebody's out to get you? You know, because sometimes it might be spiritual. It might be a certain way that's trying to knock you off of a path that you've been put on. But see, the thing is if you just keep your head up and you just keep telling yourself that you can do it and you have confidence in yourself and your ability and you're smart enough to realize when you're in the wrong or you did something that wasn't right and you can correct that, I think we can all get through anything, you know? And then if you need some help, reach out to somebody. You know, be smart enough to know whether they somebody to reach out to or not. You know, if you reach out to somebody and it's just not convenient for them, that's somebody you don't need to be reaching out to. You know? But I got to get back to work. I just wanted to ask a question. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Go finish getting this truck put together so I can get it released tomorrow and back to the customer. And y'all, real talk, one purpose, one people. Man, we got to come together, you know? Y'all have a blessed day.